Welcome for a bit of crafty Christmas fun with me, AVAGO. I'm stepping in for Simon this week, but thanks for joining us. We're going to have a bit of fun together. I can see lots of you have already joined us already. It's the last one before Christmas. I thought I'd put a bit of an outfit on for you. We'll have a bit of a laugh. I can see on there we've got loads joining us. If you don't know this channel already, we're normally here every Monday with some crafty inspiration. We're having a bit of a break though until after Christmas. But please look at the videos on YouTube. You can get some lovely inspiration with the AVAGO products that we do. And also, if you're on social media, give us a like and a follow, and then you'll be kept informed with any notifications, any news, any new products, and any news coming up about AVAGO. So let's say hello to a few people that's on then. So we've got Sylvie on, Donna, Julie, Tracy. Welcome. Where is Simon? He's not here, is it? It's me, AVAGO. Really, I'm not here. It's not really me. Thanks for joining us. And obviously, it's this time of year when we're all winding down for Christmas. So it's nice to have your company. I appreciate the time that you're spending to join us, whether you're in the UK or further afield. It's really appreciated. So let's get on with our first little festive number today. I thought we'd bring in our little Oriental ladies and adapt her into a lovely Christmas card. So you can see, by just editing it a little bit, we can take that fan out and we can make a wholesome holly or a Christmas kind of decoration that you may have already got in your stash. Let's get started with this one. Oh, we'll have to have lots of panto jokes going. So I'm going to start off with my piece of pre-cut card, which is, I'll just check for you, I think it's 5.5 by 8. And then this actually fits really well onto the red top note cards with a little border, so it's already pre-cut, so it lines up perfectly on there. I'm going to take that first of all. I'm going to use the Eureka scoreboards. I love this. I think it's such a handy size. I'm going to use a bit of the scoreboard to put a bit of a pattern into the actual card, so it gives a little bit more detail rather than a piece of plain card on there. You're ready? Cut out in that barnet. I know. Bless. It's nice that you're all on, though. Oh, hello, Melanie. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to score this one in. You can choose your own pattern, but just make sure you do the same pattern on all 4 sides and you get a nice little central area. But I'm going to start mine from the 3rd notch in. Just going to pull that down. I'm going to do that for the first 5 notches. Are we all ready for Christmas then? Have we done all those cards? I've still got some to make, I've got to say. It's going to be a great time though, isn't it? Spending time with family and friends. If you've got any questions as we go along, just put QQQ as well at the beginning. It just helps me actually locate them on the screen a little bit. You can see what I've done already is I've just scored down 5 little stripes on this board. I don't think you can see that. If I just tilt it a little bit, that's better, isn't it? You can see I've got 5 lines going down here, and I've done the same space in 5 lines that way. So I'm now going to revolve it round. I'm going to do exactly the same pattern going along the top and the bottom. Donna says, looking good, Simon, all ready to go dancing after the live. I know, we should have had a Christmas party, shouldn't we? Oh, do you know? I love Christmas, though. Like the presents as well. Just do a few more of these lines. I'm going to bring that one down and then spin that around. What's Elf's favourite mints? Sweets, sorry. What's Elf's favourite sweets? Ornaments. Come on, you've got to put your joke on now. Put your best cracker joke on there. 4. One more. We've got 5. And there you go. So I've got all my borders on that board now, so I'll get rid of the scoreboard. I don't need that. I've got a piece of paper just to use so we don't get ink all over the mat. And you can choose what side to do this on. You've obviously got the deboss, or you've got the emboss kind of side where you put the pressure, but I actually like doing it on this side, so we're going to go this way. I'm going to bring in 2 ink colours now. So I brought some Distress Oxides in. I've got the Twisted Citron, which is like a lovely limey kind of green, which I thought was really good for these Christmas colours and goes with the red. And I've got the Maud Loam one as well. So Phil says she thought she logged into the wrong channel. What are you trying to say? So I'm going to go with the green first. I'm just going to bring that in from the edge towards the centre. Don't need to worry about this centre panel too much because we're going to be covering this up anyway. So just bringing that in and it brings out that detail. You can see it just darkens it a little bit. I'll take that light green all the way around the edge. You could do this with different colours. You could break it up a little bit. What I'm going to do is do it all with this lighter Twisted Citron, and I'm going to go back in with the mode lawn just to pick some little details out. It just really brings that embossing up a little bit more, doesn't it? Oh, Amanda's joined as well. Welcome, Amanda. So Hope Tony's getting dressed up to join you. She can't. I borrowed this outfit from her. I've got to give it back after the show. She says she's going to wear it. So anybody put a joke on yet? What's your favourite Christmas joke? Yeah, that's right, Tracy. AVAGO, that's me. AVAGO, you crafty queen. What? So Phil says, what Adam says on the 24th of December, it's Christmas Eve. Oh dear, I can see where we're starting these now. Let's just bring that light green in there. I still like, what did the snowman say to the other snowman? Do you smell carrots? I love that joke. I love that joke. So I'm just going to bring in a little bit of this darker green now. Just from the corner. And it just picks out those corner details a little bit darker, look. You get that lovely kind of grid work that you put in with the actual scoring folder. Just darken these corners. Nearly there. And then just this last one. There we go. Let's move them to one side. So you can see now we've got real detail in these actual grid lines that we put in with the embossing, with the scoring tool, sorry. And you see we add in a bit of ink, just brings that detail out more. And you can have great fun with this one. So if you've got the time, you could make like a tartan design, make it go down the whole page, and just put a little sentiment on. It's a really good way of getting a bit of interest into your background kind of papers. So let's get that stuck onto our card. Just get my tape runner. Could use wet glue as well if you want to, but just want to put this on for speed today, really, for you. What's that joke on there? What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations? Tinselitis. I love it. I think we should all have these made into stamps, shouldn't we? These crazy jokes. Phil says, joke, does someone get to work on his icicle? Come on, anybody else got some jokes out there? Just pushing that down, making sure that's down flat. It's a good way as well of getting a bit of detail into your card if you're going to put it through the post, because it's not too thick for a standard letter then. That down. So now we're going to work on our centre panel. So bring up our stamping platform. I've already cut a panel that fits exactly inside this kind of like this little aperture that we made with the scoreboard. So you can see that red's going to fit perfectly in there. And then we've got the white to go inside that. That's going to just give us a lovely kind of balance to our card design when we do that. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the sentiment on the bottom of this white piece of card. And I'm going to actually then work out where I want the character to be afterwards. Let's bring that white piece of card onto a stamping platform. I'm going to use one of the sentiments from the AVAGO range, but I think it has sold out, but it's a Christmassy one, so I wanted to use it. And this is Not Made for Winter. I'll pop that there. Irene said, oh, Sam, what happened? You were appearing in pantomime. Oh, no, I'm not, Irene. No, I'm not. Oh, dear. It's a bit of Christmas fun, isn't it? A bit of Christmas cheer. Especially with being the last one of the year, I wanted to dress up for you all. Let's get that big sentiment stamped out. Just go over that again to make it nice and crisp. Oh, I've got any more jokes coming up. Oh, Donna's got one. What's the pilot's favourite flavour of crisp? Plain. Oh, do you know? You got me on that one, I've got to say. Just take that, our little card. And what I can do is I can get this mounted onto the red background ready. So let's get that put onto position. And then we can work on our little central character and make it Christmassy. Get that mounted in the centre. Here we go. I could put those two bits to one side now while we get our little character made up. I'm going to go with our lovely Japanese girl, the one with the fan in her hand, because then we can take the fan out and we can make her hold what we want to get the design of this card. And she's a lovely big kind of stamp as well, isn't she? It just shows you that you can alter your stamps at home just by chopping into them. You can make them hold what you want to. You can make them change the circumstances that you want on the card. So I don't think you would have thought as this girl is a Christmas card. But by just making a few snips, you can replace the fan with some Christmas berries and leaves. Give that a good ink with a VersaFine black. Give that a good push down to get all that lovely detail that comes with her. Have I missed any more jokes? Oh, what's that? Not. Who's there? Snow who? Snow could asking me, I don't know. Oh, do you know? They're getting better, these jokes, I've got to say. I've got one for you. How does a frog open its presents? Rip it, rip it, rip it. See? They don't get any better, do they? They don't get any better. Here we go. Let's get our lovely girl out of there. And some people like to cut into these first. Some people like to paint them. I'm going to put some colour on first and then we'll chop round her after once I know that she's dry. So I'm just going to move them inks out of the way. I'm going to bring in my Amala paints. Let's get a nice bit of colour onto her. So because it's red and green card, I'm going to use some red and green tones in this actual design. So let's get some nice green colours going on there. We'll just bring some of that into her outfit. And I love how there's almost like a creamy kind of colour paint. So you can actually just get a slightly different effect than standard watercolour. So I'm just going to bring just some of these colours, red and green, back into her outfit so it goes with this card really nicely. Have some green flowers. Let's have a nice red tone. We'll have a bit of red down here, I think, just to break her outfit up. So I tend to go in with like just one layer of colour and then go back in to add the detail if I want to darken it, add a bit of shading. So it's just how you get used to really painting yourself. You also use your alcohol markers as well. Get some more detail in that way. I think we'll have red round the neck. Just on this other side too. Fish a bit more of that green back in. Oh, I'm missing a joke here. So what does Santa ride? Holly Davidson. That's a good one. That's a good one. Phil's put, what's the best Christmas present in the world? A broken drum. You can't beat it. I like that one. I like that one, I've got to say. Let's bring a little bit more of that red into her hair. Just make that a little bit darker. We'll just darken some of these little pearls up with red as well. Not bothered about if they're not fully full of colour. And I'm going to chop these off down here to make them a bit easy to cut out as well. So let's get some hair colour onto her now. Go for a nice little brown colour. Just turn this around so it's a bit closer for me. Let's get that paler brown onto her face, around there. Ooh, anybody thought about the New Year's resolutions as well? I wonder if we've made them yet. We're going to think what they're going to be already. So just bringing that brown down a little bit. Into a fringe, and then just at the back of these flowers here. And it's all right to leave little white bits if you want to. It just adds to the depth a little bit. I'm going to just go in now with slightly darker brown. Put a little bit of black in there, just to deepen that down. And then you can use that to just highlight some of these kind of shaded areas in the pattern. And follow it around from the other side. And just into a fringe look as well. We'll just give a slight bit of tone difference behind her. Here we go. I'm just going to put a pinky wash over her face, just to break up that whiteness so it's not too stark. And I'm just going to choose a colour for the background. When I want to do all these flowers, I think we'll go with a very pale pink. And it'll just bring that outfit out a little bit more, look. Around that fan. I think the last thing we're going to do is let's make that fan match her outfit. So it can be green, alternatively. And then we'll put some red in there as well to tie it back in. And there you go, she's all ready for Christmas. Look, red and green, all themed up to match his card. I'll give that a quick blast with a heat gun now so it's fully dry, and then we'll chop her out. I'm just making sure I've not missed any of these fantastic jokes. Oh, hi Nola, thanks for joining us. I don't think I've missed anybody else. It's really nice to have your company though, I've got to say. I do appreciate you tuning in on these kind of crafty sessions. It makes it nice to know there's people out there having a chat with me. So I'm just going to chop our character out. I'm going to fussy cut around her. So where it's a little bit too complex, you can see there's little beads around her hair. We're just going to chop these areas out so it's a bit easier to cut. So use a pair of scissors that you feel comfortable with. And I'm just going to turn the design with the scissors so it makes it easier to cut. around to this side. Round a hair. We'll just chop these little balls off. We just have the little chopsticks in the hair this time. Around that bit. And I'm just going to chop little hands out of this fan loop. We're not going to use the fan this time. So it just makes it a little bit easier. And it means that you can put a message in there maybe, a little personalised message, or put an object in there that's going to be relevant to the card you're making. So like today, we're going to make it very Christmassy. Shaking that all the way around. There we go, we've got our little Christmas Japanese character. Give it a little bit of fun by just curling around a little bit. What goes ho ho wash, Santa revolving door. I like that, Trace, I really do. Right, let's get a little bit of height to this card now. Obviously, you can keep this flat if you want to, but I just want to show you how it looks with a bit of dimension. So let's get some pads on this backing panel first of all. Oh, these are the pads that I keep fighting with. Let's just take the backings off. Last one on this one. There we go. Oh, there's just one there. So let's get that centered where I want it in our little pattern area that we've already made for it. There we go. Pop that down. And then we've got our main character that's going to go just above the actual sentiment in the centre, and then we can design around her then. So let's get a foam pad on the back. I think we'll get another one under her head just to support her. Got a big TV to the come out. Oh, I missed something. Congratulations for... Oh, became a nanny on Monday. Well done, Nola. Oh, what a lovely Christmas gift. There we go. And then I've just used some little components I've already cut out of some paper at home ready. I think this was an old one of Stamps by Me's. I think it was Falala, and it had got the little hollies and the berries in different shapes and colours. So let's use these now to just accessorise our card and bring it up to date. So just curl these little bits so we get a bit of dimension. I'm going to put, which way should we have them? We'll have them this way, I think. Just lift them up a little bit so it looks a little bit more raised. And one down here. Have that other one just coming out of her hand like she's holding it for us. And our little berry, literally holding her hand. And then we'll have one more just at the base. And there we go. It's our first make today. That's our lovely little Christmas card. I just wanted to show you how you can actually jazz up them backgrounds using your scoreboards and your design on there. And I just think it's a little bit tartany, isn't it? So you could, with the alcohol markers, make that into like red and green stripes and then give it more dimension. But hopefully you've enjoyed that first demo by me, AVAGO, now from the AVAGO range. And I'll see you in a couple of minutes for our second demo, and I'll try and find some more bad jokes for you. See you in a couple of minutes. Bye-bye. Hi, my name's Simon Williamson. I'm the guest demonstrator for AVAGO-INK Designs. AVAGO-INKs it's basically images that we can put together so anybody can have a go. I think I love the most about crafting is it can just give you time out in your own head. It can just down tools, not think about your mobile phone and just enjoy what you're going to do, create a project and be proud of what you've made. My inspiration comes really from lots of sources. I love looking at current trends, I like looking through the internet, and I like looking at what other people make, and I think truly inspiration comes from picking bits out of everything you see, pull it all together and make it something that you can do with your skills. AVAGO products, we've got 3 collections out at the moment. We've got as dinosaur range, as farmyard range, and as little owl collection. And the main crux of the actual designs is there's a big image there, little characters you can play around, have fun, and there's always some puns in there as well, so you can liven up the card and make it a bit humorous for everybody. I think if you're thinking about trying one of our products, is don't be afraid. Just buy any of the kits that you feel like you want to, and you'll always create a really good card from there. There's some good characters, good sentiments, and some really fun images in there. So just grab one and have a go. Welcome back. Welcome back for some more Christmassy fun here with the AVAGO channel. So thanks very much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed that first demo. Now this next one's a really fast, clean and simple card, but I think you'll love it. It's just not me showing you the versatility of those lovely trees. They're in the Christmassy collection that we launched. I think it was called Terrific Trees. And I'm just going to show you how we can make that into a good sentiment card. And it's using the sprinkle background from the AVAGO range. And I think the Joy is one of the Stamps by Me ones, which is still on the website. It's such a good font size as well, so it'll really make your card stand out. So if you haven't already got that, it's worth grabbing. So this is more of a cutting card, so let's bring the cutter in. So I'm going to bring out the big background die that we've got, which is the sprinkle one. You can see it's lovely, this one, so it's got all the little stars and the sprinkles and little dots in there. So I'm going to make a real kind of background of any card you've got. I've cut a piece of card that's just a bit smaller than it, just so that it maps really well onto my actual card when I do it. So I'm going to make sure that's lined up the right place I want it. Just turn that over, put the cover on, and we'll run that through this little die machine. Trace says, love the simplicity of that, so I'll just move that that way. Anne says, what did the elves say when they saw Santa come in? Here comes Santa. Oh, bless. Let me just think of another one for you. Another joke. How do you know that Santa's passed his driving test? Now then. He's got Noel plates. You get it? So we'll take that bit out. Just going to brush those bits into this bin. Just going to do this die plate in a second. There you go, just shake these little bits out that we need to. Got my poker tool just as if there's any little offenders. There you go. You can see it's a lovely background that. It's got a lot of texture in there, hasn't it? So it's going to really add to your card design and make it a big impact. So let's get this mounted onto some red glitter card first of all. That's going to go straight onto there. Let me just get some red liner tape for this, just because it's a glitter card. I'd normally use a bit of wet glue as well. I'll just put this red liner on for today. Just chop 2 long pieces. Either side. Use a poker tool to pick that up. Get the other side off. Oh, we don't want to go off, hang on. There we go. Lovely. And then we can get that just where we want it positioned on our glitter card background. How fantastic is that? Trying to not get my wig in the camera. I'm like trying to hold my neck back. Give that a good push round. I've got my card blank as well, so let's get that situated onto there. And then we've got the real start of a card there. I don't know if you can pick on camera, but look all that glitter coming through. It's a really good die. If you haven't already got it in your stash, it's worth getting, it really is. I'll just get that hook onto there. That's a lovely card to start with. You see how that sparkle comes through? They're big enough, them gaps, for you to see your textured papers through. They're also big enough, if you want to, paper piece them back in with some kind of like pattern. But that's up to you if you've got the patience for that. So put that to one side. And now we're going to get our next level, which is going to be the trees. So I've got some scraps of green. The Tracer's got, who is Santa's favourite singer? Elvis Presley. Oh, I'm loving it. Donna says, what do elves learn at school? The alphabet. Oh, you're doing me proud, guys. You're doing me proud. So I'm going to bring in them little trees from our terrific trees. So I'm going to do one in the dark and two in the light. So we'll just put these through first. Chosen some textured paper as well, so it adds a little bit more to your card design when you put it through. Here we go, we'll just run that through. And I'm going to do the same again for the lighter colour, just we've got two of the lighter trees. Ooh. Ooh, come on, let go of it. And we'll run that lighter one through again. Have you all decorated and got your trees up then? I'm going to say I've just finished mine. It's all flashing. Oh, do you know? If I do it the right way, it might help. Let me just cut that out again. I was getting too carried away then, weren't I? I put the die the wrong way. It happens to us all, look. There we go. Move those bits out of the way so we don't need those. Get that little tree back up. So you can decide how you want them, but I thought having the green in the middle made the most sense and it's going to really make the card stand out. And then I didn't think it needed these chunks. I'm just going to chop them off, these lighter ones, just to make them all a similar kind of position. Give them a little bit of a curl to give them a bit of a shape. And then let's get them stuck down on some foam pads as well to give them a bit of height. So the darker one in the middle. If we start with that one first, I think that looks about right. And then we can work from that and then we'll keep a centre position, won't we, for the others. Put one there. There you go. We've got our trees perfectly lined up for we're going to put that joy on there, that sentiment. So let's get that sentiment. It's one of these, look. It's on the website. It's the little Joy Stamps by Me one. So I think there's 4 words from memory. I think they're around £8, but if you haven't got these, they're really versatile. So we're going to cut this out in some red glitter card. So it ties our card back in. And then we're also going to cut it out in white, so I can give it a nice kind of a white layer behind. Let's get the joy in the glitter first. Bring that back in. It's like a workout, this, isn't it? It's better than gym. Let's take that through. I'm just going to lift those off. Just get my little poker tool. Just help me release them from these plates. That's the J and the Y. And just get the O off. And I've got a piece of white card. So I'm just going to cut these out as same again, just so we've got that kind of like white layer going on behind to give it a bit more depth. We'll run that through. Put that to that side. Really good dies to have these. As I know if you're really prepared like I'm not this year, you can make all your cards in advance and leave the sentiment off and then just add the sentiments after. It just makes a good way of bulking up your cards ready, and you can sentiment them after. So let's have a look. I'll put my wet glue, but I'll just use my tape run and she'll get the same effect. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue onto the back layer of these white ones. Oop. And I can use them just to kind of offset where we're die cutting. So you can see we've got like a bit of a white edge just glowing around there and around there. And it just gives you a bit more dimension to your lettering. So I'm just going to do that for them all. Get that Y on there. Just remember to do it in the same position. So if you're going to offset with the white towards the top and the left, make sure you copy that both ways. Same with the J. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Let's get the J on our first tree. Then let's get the O positioned where we want it. And let's get the Y. Oop. Move that off and I'll show you our second card. And how fantastic is that? It just shows you how clean and simple you can make a card. And that's just using them trees, that sprinkle background, which truly shows you how you can actually bring your collections together. It doesn't have to be a Christmas collection to be a Christmas card. So hopefully you like that clean and simple one. And then we've got the other one that we made earlier on. And that's been your two mates from this Christmas kind of show. From me, AVAGO-INK. So thanks very much anyway. I've really enjoyed your jokes all the way through. But on a serious note, thanks for joining in with us this year. It's been really nice to see you in studio, watching the things and getting inspired by the actual shows. Have a lovely Christmas. Spend lots of time with your friends and family. And I will see you in 2023 for loads of new AVAGO things coming up. It's really exciting year coming ahead, I tell you. So have a lovely time and we'll see you next year. See you later. Bye-bye.